This is going to be a pretty short video because I only have a few things I want to talk about and they won't take too long to go over, so we're just gonna immediately start off. We're on the demon list right now, and that is because you probably have already heard. If we scroll down just to number 8, we can see that we have a new top 10 placed on the demon list. This is Antarctic Lights. It placed at 8 above Nullscapes. Before we even get into that level, I just want to talk about how this has affected the list, because now Booba Wamba is out the top 10. That is so weird to look at. Firework is all the way down at 50 now. It's one spot away from falling out the top 50. I think it will when Forest of Spikes gets placed. I don't know if there's anything sooner that's getting placed that will be above it. Arcturus is now 100, another crazy one to look at. And that is a retrospective top 1 because, you know, if it was actually rated and placed when it was verified, in modern day standards, it would be placed above Tartarus. And sadly, my second hardest is now at 150. So when this goes out, maybe I have to lock in. I don't have time to do stuff right now when it comes to beatingless levels, but yeah, that is also a sad thing. Maybe it's just me because I've been keeping track on the demon list a bit more than usual now, but I feel like we're going through so many list placements now. It seems like we're always, every day, having something placed on the list. If you think about it, just 2 years ago, Zodiac was, you know, a relatively high main list. Now, it's, you know, not even on the list. That's how fast we're moving. And then, of course, we have Antarctic Lights itself. Obviously, this was verified by Xinity, who has been working on the level for multiple years at this point, I think. And this has been one that we've been waiting to see get verified for a long time. And honestly, I'm surprised to see it at 8. I mean, looking at what Xinity is playing now and the progress Xinity is making, it makes sense why this is placed at 8. But the fact that it was, you know, being verified for so long, and when it's finally been verified, it still ended up in the top 10, I thought it would have, you know, with the course of time, placed a lot lower, but no, it actually has ended up at 8. It is the new hardest 9 circles level on the list, and it probably will keep that for a while, until maybe, like, one of the aquamarines gets rated or verified. And then we have the Duality Gauntlet, because recently the results have released for this. I haven't really talked about it much on this channel, but as you can see, the rules were to explore duality in an interesting way for your level. It was, you know, on the easier end of the gauntlets. It's just gonna be high-end non-demons and easy demons, difficulty-wise. The prizes were relatively generous for this. I mean, 10 people gets $500, and then top 20 is 100. That's pretty cool, and the top 10 will get into the gauntlets, so 5 for one gauntlet, 5 for the other. Now, as for the results, this isn't ordered, so basically the top 10 isn't, you know, ranked from 10th to 1, they're just all getting in the gauntlets. It's just ordered alphabetically, and yeah, I think this was a really promising gauntlet. It's, from the looks of things, given us a lot of cool levels. I would be talking a bit more about it. However, I don't think I'm the best news channel to talk about the Duality Gauntlet, or at least for you to get to know each of these levels, because I've purposely not been looking at this because I want to do them on stream and review them on stream. I'll be doing a couple of them tomorrow, hopefully, on a birthday stream. But yeah, I mean, from just looking at a few of them on here, just so I can, you know, get a gist of what levels are going to be on here, they look super good. I don't know how creators in the game make the stuff that they do. These levels are absolutely beautiful. So many different styles were tried in this one, which I like because I feel like duality is a pretty open-ended concept. It allows for a lot of unique ideas while us really getting to see the creator's vision. I think the way that duality was approached in a lot of these levels very much differs between them quite substantially, so I just like, you know, the output of levels that we got for this, and I'm happy that even the top 20, even though they're not getting in the gauntlets, are still being awarded, you know, a good amount of money. I know compared to other games, getting awarded $100 doesn't sound like the most amount. I mean, we're used to thousands or tens of thousands in tournaments, but honestly, 100 for a game that for the longest time people have just been creating out of pure love of the game, just the love of art and GD. I think that is just nice to see that they're getting a reward. That never used to be a thing. Also, I want to talk about this level, Pure Ruby. It was made by a creator called Light Novel, and I want to talk about it just because I found this on the Magic tab, and I looked it up, and despite being, released 11 days ago, or at least the verification was, I've seen no one talk about this level, and I think it looks pretty good, and I feel like I should cover it. It probably isn't list-worthy. The verifier states that it's definitely harder than Super Hate Me World, so we can assume that it's gonna be high legacy, but I mean, we never know. By the looks of things, it will be high legacy. I do not see this being list-worthy, but this is a super cool level. It's a pretty long level, and this is one of the few that feels like a journey. I mean, it's split up into scenes, and when it comes to levels like these, when you're going for it, it doesn't necessarily feel like I'm playing it to beat the level. I'm playing it to experience the level, and I think that is what this level was aiming to do. And the gameplay does look pretty interesting. I obviously just gave it practice runs, so I can't really confirm if it's, the best thing ever or not. But because of how long it is, it means the difficulty isn't going to be, crazy stupid. It's very approachable if you're at that difficulty level of Super Hate Me World to do. It definitely lacks polish in some parts. There's some sections that I feel like the structures could have had a bit more oomph, and I feel like it just could have been polished a bit better. However, throughout its runtime, it stays very engaging. I think it has a lot of personality. I like the level. I just wanted to cover it because I've seen absolutely nobody talk about it. But that is all for today's video. Again, a shorter one. I mean, I assume this is shorter. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but yeah. Don't have much more to say. Thanks for watching all the way through. Hope you learned something that you didn't already know. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed, and peace.